Hello everyone, welcome back to Drop Frames. Hope you guys are having a good start to your Sunday. Unless you're in Europe, then it's ending. Regardless, I hope it's going well. Zeke, we got a new camera on you today. You're looking fresh, lively, 60 FPS, colorized.
That's right. Full color TV.
Full Technicolor
for you.
Full Technicolor, yeah.
Exactly. I got that new Elgato Hotness,
Ooh.
the Facecam Pro.
Ooh.
And everybody asked me the same question, like, why don't you just get a fucking real camera?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, why don't you just get a fucking real camera? How much was that Elgato thing?
It wasn't that bad. I mean, as far as cameras go, it was $300.
Yeah, I mean, that's still cheaper than, you know, a $3,000 camera. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And people in my chat are prone to tell me, like, you don't have to get a $1,300, $1,500 camera, man. You can get one for like $800. I'm like, I'm gonna break that shit. Okay, listen, I'm gonna get something that I can, you know, just like afford to replace.
That's true. You do have the habit of things breaking around you. No one knows why, though. We can't really figure that out. What's the reasoning?
I don't either. I don't get it. What the hell's the deal?
Oh, the chroma key's going crazy.
Oh yeah, the chroma key. Yeah,
ooh,
still haven't dialed it all the way in yet.
Yeah. You might notice some virtual errors there. Cohh, go ahead. You're not done.
Oh, sorry. I did a side-by-side comparison.
It looks better.
The Facecam and the Facecam Pro, and the general consensus is that once I get the colors dialed in, like, it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
And supposedly, like, on the box, it says it does 2K P60, which, I mean,
yeah.
What's the best that you can, like, send out through Twitch?
1080p 60, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's bottlenecked, of course, but like there are differences that the people that can see, and I could also see as well. It's just
the visual files.
Yeah.
The new camera woes of, you know, getting everything tweaked correctly, and so I don't look, you know, orange or pink, so I look like natural. And the thing is, like, when I was fucking with the settings, I looked at it and I was like, oh god, you look so pale. Oh, that's real. Oh, it makes me look.
That's the biggest lie streamers have, is that we're all just pasty white nerds for the most part.
Yeah. For realsies. Like when I put them up side by side, I'm like, man, I gave myself quite a tan with that other camera, with the first camera.
Yeah,
I look healthy.
That's true.
I look sun-kissed.
I have Rudolph syndrome, I think is the technical term for it, where just my nose gets real red. Yeah. So, happens.
One of my mods sent me I have a Discord for, you know, on-air messages, direct messages.
Yeah.
Hey, heads up, your camera looks like fucking garbage. Have a great show. Thanks, guys.
Fantastic. Mods,
I think it looks fine.
Real. Yeah, I think it looks fine too.
Why do I have these people?
I don't know. You let them do it. It's on you.
Keep me humble, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
That's true. Cohh, I was going to say, ever since you joined the call this morning, you've been distracted, and I have to know what you're playing to command this attention.
So what I'm trying to do is get my game ready for the cozy stream in this game called Star Sector. And I have put myself in a position where my saved game is essentially bricked, because I saved right before this really, really difficult thing. And I'm trying to figure out some way around it so I can actually play tonight. It's not going very well.
That's tough.
Keep us locked in then. Let us know. Interrupt anything that's happening on the show. Let us know when it's fixed, that you're good to go.
I will. I appreciate it.
Everything else,
we're getting close.
Good. Everything else going good, Cohh? We were talking about it before, the beard. You got like a full.
Yeah, we're getting it in a little bit, getting the sides in, trying to escape my my Tyrion Lannister look that I got going on right now, as I get called all the time.
Look good.
Oh, dude, I saw that Halloween costume or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, fan fucking tastic.
Kind of leaned into it a bit. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah, things have been good, man. Doing the God of War, the Star Sector, getting ready for Pentiment. Going to be interesting.
Oh,
and the only other small side thing is I got cleared to announce it and everything. I re-signed with Twitch.
Nice.
So yeah,
Wow.
I
One of the
Yeah.
chosen.
One of the chosen.
yeah, I know, right? After
Congratulations.
thank you. After a long back and forth and a lot of talking with a lot of people.
Yeah.
We finally came to something that I feel really good about. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's good. So I'm a Twitcher for the foreseeable future.
Great. I don't have to
Nice.
figure out how to stream to YouTube and also on Twitch at the same time. I'm glad that's not a thing I have to deal with. Future JP
Yeah.
might, though. We'll see. Who knows? Who could say?
So do you have, without, because this, don't want a specific number, because that's,
I do, honestly.
something that
Yeah,
we
me and
discussed
Tucker,
about.
please, to give us
Obviously we would love a specific number, but I don't want to put you on the spot. Would you say you have fuck you money? Meaning, like, someone comes to you with a lawsuit of whatever nature, and you'd be like, fuck you.
We all know that's how Cohh would respond regardless of how much money he had.
The thing is, I have 3 kids, so I don't, is the short answer. Like,
Yeah.
not only do I have to future proof, but a lot of times these days, the second I get large amounts of money, it instantly goes into some kind of money making machination, like stock these days, or real estate or something. So
yeah,
I don't, is the short answer. I don't. Also, this house that I moved into last year, we've been not only doing some major upgrades, but also some pretty major repairs. So that's been, it's not a money sink because it's our forever home, but we are turning something that was great into something like long-term amazing. So that's taken a lot of my funds for sure.
Yeah.
So this wasn't a house that you had built? This was a house that you moved?
No.
Okay.
This was a house that was built a while ago, and it had some interesting things about it when it was built that we're having to figure out and work around and kind of make ours essentially.
Yeah, they all do.
Gotcha.
So I don't. I'm sure you're this way, Cohh. I don't understand what the previous owner of this house was doing. There's so many questions I have about everything, from power.
It's very
rooms.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's been a thing. It's been a thing.
Yeah.
So but it's been a good thing. Like sometimes the weirdness doesn't work out. Like for instance, the whole house is stone. Giant. It's got beautiful natural stone on the entire outside.
Yeah.
Tons and tons and tons of stone.
And what else does it look like?
We have to replace all of it.
That's fairly cheap. It's not expensive.
All of it. Yeah, like for instance, like one of the
why do you have to replace it? What's
because the guy that built the house, like he did it he didn't do it himself, but he did it in like ways that weren't the best way to do it, and like the mortar isn't the best. So there's been a few instances of like some of the stones coming off and water getting behind it and causing damage and stuff like that. And
got it.
So we're having to basically take all the stone off and then redo everything behind it. And then when we do that, we're getting our windows replaced too. So it's like, like all sorts of just very expensive, big things that are a lot of money up front. But at the same time, it's like, again, this is our forever.
Yeah.
So we're going to hopefully be here for decades to come. Kids are going to grow up here. They're only 5, 3, and 1 right now. So lots of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, TLDR, if somebody came up to me and said, I'm going to sue you, I'd be like, oh shit, call a lawyer, please. I'm not to the point where I'm like, F you.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the re-signing.
Thank you.
One of the chosen few, as Jericho said. It's very apt. Yeah.
Do we know anybody else that's in talks or has been re-signed?
Pokimane resigned.
I don't personally.
Hassan resigned.
Who was the first name?
Pokimane.
Pokey.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know names apart from that off the top of my head.
Okay.
I would assume
Twitch
probably XQC, but yeah.
Twitch publicly has been moving away from that. Like their actions indicate that they're becoming more platform focused and less creator focused. Yeah. So I think they are going to be keeping, they got to keep some of the big creators kind of leashed in a way. But it's going to become a rarer and rarer thing as time goes on. Also, now that YouTube has dramatically slowed down in their acquisition, and they're very tumultuous in terms of their leadership and what direction their platform's going and things like that. I mean, they don't even have really like a face anymore. So it's, and Facebook has just gone, I'm dead. Facebook has died off. They were not only slowing down as it was, But now, I mean, what, they just laid off 13,000 people. Like the idea of them at this point publicly throwing money at gamers to get them on gaming, that is a thing of the past. Facebook is essentially out of the race.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways. So,
yeah.
You think Meta had something to do with that? Like Meta
Meta
had something
is
to do with like Facebook kind
Oh
of.
well,
You mean the metaverse?
Meta,
yeah, yeah.
Meta owns Facebook.
Yeah,
So Meta is
company.
Facebook. But do I think Meta had something to do with it? I absolutely do, because the whole Meta rebranding, to put it bluntly, has been nothing but a shitstorm. It has been terrible for their image. Their whole reliance on VR is not taken off. The whole thing has just been an anchor, an albatross around their neck. So their transition to Meta and all the stuff that came with that absolutely has influenced them.
Yeah,
I mean, monetarily, if nothing else.
their values
sure
dropped by
other things.
700 billion. So
Yeah.
But wait,
So
also
it's
to be to put it in perspective though, they also hired 40,000 employees during the last 2 years. So it's awful, right? And it definitely does not show that they're pumping more money into the company via human bodies and hiring people, but like they still netted 29,000 employees in 2 years, which is like insane to me. How you would even like come up with that much work to give people? Like, what are you doing over there?
that is true.
Dude, not only
point.
that, but dude, that's a damn good point. But the fact that they'd bring in that many people and then immediately drop a third of them, it's just like, how is this planning working? Like what failed so spectacularly, or what didn't work out that they thought would? And to be able to do that, like their whole roadmap must be a disaster. Like at this point,
Yeah,
it's just it's a mess. It's a mess.
yeah, it's all a mess. I think,
And even then, to Jericho's point, I mean, they're still posting billions of dollars of revenue every year. Not like they're going anywhere, but
This
it's
is
just
like
their
the,
focus is clearly,
It's where you get in that awkward advertiser position where in order to secure a more full budget for next year, you have to show that you spent the budget of the previous year. And sometimes that can lead towards, especially if your area of spending is like negligible and you're like, how the fuck do I spend twice as much money as I currently have right now? So you just spend money to spend it, which means you hire to hire, you get people to work on things just to work on it. And like, I'm sure we've all been in that situation where you hear about like the number of people that watched on some service and like the production company's stoked on it. I'm like, why are you stoked on that? Who cares? Like, who cares if 1,500 people watched Muted on Amazon Live? Like, why is that a discussion point? But somebody's like, we did it, guys. We did the team's job. And like 40 people got paid for that. And you're like, okay. But nobody, like, what's the point? I don't know.
Yeah. What's the point, Jericho? That's the name of your new podcast. Man. What's the point with Jericho?
What's the point with Jericho?
It's
a real nihilistic thing. We eat Arbys the entire time, and it's just depressing.
Do you get is it the Jamocha shake? Is that what Arbys has? Have you had that before?
I've never consumed anything that weren't French fries from Arbys.
Really?
To be fair, their French fries are amazing. The curly ones.
The curly ones are pretty good.
They're actually great.
No beef and cheddar? Not even one beef and cheddar.
I don't.
I'm kidding.
It's insane to suggest that I have ever looked at a beef and cheddar with my own two eyes, not commercial beef and cheddar, but a visual, like seen it in front of me and said that should go inside me. Like there's no way to make, there's no way to make an aesthetically pleasing beef and cheddar from Arbys. It doesn't mean it's not good, right? But just like if you blended it up, it would, and you closed your eyes, taste the same. It would probably give you the same feeling. I can't deal with it. I have a problem with like a lot of
someone
fast
needs
food.
to watch some fucking Ugly Delicious, dude. Like you.
I do. I love Ugly Delicious.
Ugly food, taste
no.
and like that's a Arby's.
I would say
cheddar right
Tucker's
there.
a fucking foodie
good
for sure.
ugly, good ugly food. If you put down something like chicken
show,
heart,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I got a food show.
Yeah. It's just like you look at it and you're like, wow, that's ugly. Uni is disgusting. But like, I get why people like it. It's basically sea urchin. It's like ground up sea.
Right.
like it's
salt.
Right. Arby's is not a delicacy, no matter how much you want it to be. I can't convince myself like somebody's paying $4 an ounce on this and like it's worth me suffering through. Oh no.
But don't knock I think it's called the Jamocha shake. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
No, dude, like honestly though,
pretty good.
As far as their shakes go,
pretty good.
They're pretty top notch as far as fast food shakes. Like they're really good and they're huge. Like
Yes, they're also massive.
If my lady is experiencing a chocolate attack, which happens, I'd say like once every month. She really like I bring home every day. Like I go out, I'm like, here's a chocolate shake from Arbys. Give me that. I love you.
The old Arbys shake trick works every time. Yeah. Tucker, I think we should commend you on the fact that you woke up 5 minutes before the show and your hair looks like it does. Like I can't do that. I don't know if the other two folks could do that, but I can't. It's a mess.
Yeah, typically I can't do that either. That was a rare. I apologize. I thought I was being so slick. I was out till like 4 last night at a music function and got back and I'm like drunk and I'm like, I'm gonna set an alarm for 9:55. Like that seems like it'll give me plenty of time. Thinking that it's 11 that I need to be on here.
Show starts at 10.
It was 10.
Chat. Yep.
Yeah. So you call, my alarm goes off and I like the Undertaker, like out of my bed, like what, like cryo sleep. My hair looks the same it did when I went to bed, just laid my head down, passed out, woke up 5 hours later and like you call me and I'm like, so yeah, I'm here.
It was the lowest energy Tucker I've ever experienced. It was just I'm coming to the computer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I sound like I smoked a pack of Marlboros, which I didn't, but it does sound like I did.
Yeah.
Well, I think like you can say a lot of things that are true, but negative about JERICHO. But one thing that is positive that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want people to think that I'm gonna like butter you up without being me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you can say a lot of negative things about JERICHO, but one positive thing that you cannot deny is JERICHO has good skin, and that honestly makes a huge difference. When you look tired, when you feel tired or you feel like whatever, like you have good skin. Like people don't even fucking know that shit. Like when I go out the night before, they know it before I even wake up.
Oh,
because
that's not true, man.
You don't have good skin? Is that what you're saying?
No, now I do through the power of growing older and I guess genetics. I had the worst back knee growing up, like so bad that I was ashamed to like taking my shirt off. And then now, I wear glasses because I have massive bags under my eyes that just look like this. So people will come into stream and they'll be like, dude, tough night at the bed, huh? Like you look like shit. Are you sleeping okay? Meanwhile, I had 10 hours of sleep. Feel great. And I'm like, I'm on, I'm feeling like I'm on. So I wear glasses because my designer bags, they're not going away.
It works out. Do you even need? So are those prescription lenses then?
Yeah, they are. They're not fake. I need them. I just don't like. I
thought you were gonna like put your eye through the glasses, and there's not gonna be a lens or something.
My finger. Yeah, no.
Or no. Put your finger through your glasses. Yeah.
Let's not get crazy.
Okay. All right. Well, now that that's all out of the way, hey, you want to talk about this DMZ thing? We had Shroud on last week. Was he at the event on Tuesday? Okay, he said he wasn't sure if he was going.
Yeah, he was. He was there. Myth. Lupo was there. Okay. Landmark.
The FPS folk.
Yeah, but notably Tarkov leading FPS players or people that had an efficient what's the word? A love for games like that. The Dark Zone for Division.
Yeah.
Just kind of like roguelike or roguelite FPS type scenarios.
Got it. Well, I'm gonna roll the footage here. Yeah, you weren't super favorable on
good pause.
DMZ mode here. Talk us through it. What are we seeing? What is this mode? Should the Tarkov fans be excited? Should non Call of Duty fans be excited? What do you think?
First of all, can we explain what it is exactly?
That's also a great part.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So, all right, who here loves Warzone? Yeah. Like, if you like Warzone, great. You already probably heard about this, and we can kind of skip some stuff. If you have no idea, Call of Duty has recently looked at Warzone, looked at battle royales, and said, this is what we want to do. So on expanding it, they've announced that, hey, for the next 2 years, we're going to be focused on this game's platform, the game modes around it. And in doing so, alongside Warzone, for free, we're going to start another kind of large scale PvP, PvE like world that you can jump in with your friends and play in. That's what we're watching. It's PvE, PvP, mostly PvE, like 40-minute instances games. And just like Tarkov, if you've ever watched it, you spawn in, you have objectives you can complete. Your main goal is to get money, loot stuff to sell and get money, sell stuff, get money, use that money to buy things that you can take out with you, and then go in the next time with better gear. If you played Hades, if you played any roguelite, they literally walked out and were like, this is not Tarkov. And I think I heard everybody go, what the fuck? Like, what is it then? Like, what are you trying to do? It is not, it lacks an identity. And if you're not somebody who cares about it in like a very top level, the idea is cool. The idea of Tarkov is cool. The idea of making individual people play as they want, whether it's tactical and you go in and you just loot some stuff to get some money for your next run, or you drop in on a high, value target area and you fight the raid boss of that area, which they have. There is a play style for everyone. However, who the hell is playing it? Like, if you are a person that is talented enough and enjoys fighting the Wave AI Legion like AI system that's going to be bullet spongy, very dangerous. Symphony's on my team. If he's one of the best Call of Duty Warzone players in the world, he's dying to AI like several times during this play session. They're not hard though. They're just spongy and kind of catch you off guard. So I'm like, who is the game appealing to? Who is the gameplay appealing to? Because it's not the hardcore players, and it's not people so casual that they want to play like a PvE game mode. So it lacks soul, identity, and I struggle to see how it will retain a large player base. But Call of Duty Blackout, where their first iteration of Battle Royale back in Black Ops days, kind of did suck at the time. But they built on it and they made Warzone. So I'm looking at this as a cool idea. I think that over time, if they really focus on it and they have a team developing this game mode as a whole, it could be good next year or 2 years or 3 years down the line. But it's not good right now.
So,
that's fair, right?
Sure, yeah. To the Tarkov elements of it, are you in here just like looting straight up cash? Are you looting like, are there like rare key cards that then you can go and sell?
Do you see where I'm at? Yeah, you see where I'm at right now? There's a stronghold. You can kill the AI. They're on the map. You can kill the AI, get a key card, open the key card. What's in there? There's guys with like riot shields. There's guys with armor. They are playing actually kind of like people. The AI is very good. Yeah. It doesn't mean that it's hard, but it's very good. That's a team that we're fighting right now. Oh, nice. So you can't fight players because these players, we talked to them, they were on a mission of their own. Their mission in game was to get to a certain point and blow up a safe, get the contents of the safe, take the safe contents to an extract and get out. That is their mission. But during that, they ran into us. We were just doing whatever we wanted to do. So there are ways, and they really heavily lean on you doing missions inside the game that call in kind of cool situations that are unique to you and your group, but affect everyone else. So escort a bomb via an armored truck across the map. Everyone sees you doing that. You have a high value loot target icon on your head. They want to kill you and get what's in there. Helicopter AI spawns in and chases you. But if you get out, you get a weapon blueprint that's only available in this game mode. So you can't get it in multiplayer or in Warzone. So they have the idea of what they can do to make this valuable. It's just not there. Like, they just are missing any of the reason why I would care. Once we got out, everybody's like, okay, well, load us back in. I'm like, set your loadout. It's like 5 seconds of making your loadout. Tarkov is like 40 minutes playing Tetris, like caring about what you're doing. There's just too little variation in the like being broke and being rich in this game mode. There's not a lot of incentive for me to be fully kitted out because like I can kind of do that every game.
Does the like arcadiness of COD not work for this then?
No, it works great.
It works fine.
Did you play campaign? I know you played 2019 campaign and you liked it.
I have not played the new campaign, no.
Okay.
I want
to, but the campaign of Call of Duty is good. It's good. Like, it is the best FPS campaign.
Such, yeah.
It is, they are really doing a great job of pushing the feeling of realism. Look, this is not engaging gameplay to me or the world's best Warzone player. Why the fuck are I'm like, we're just doing this because they're aimbody and they shoot you through smoke. But like, this is a group of like standard AI that was coming to reinforce after we broke into the stronghold. Look, I don't know. It's not the arcade and the gameplay is definitely not a problem. The game feels good. The game is good. It's the best iteration of Call of Duty that they've made in a long time. Not going to make any of you people sitting here think like, oh, I should play Call of Duty now. Like, it's not going to do that. But it is free. So like, if you have 150 gigs on your hard drive in like 2 days to download,
is this a whole nother game mode to download, by the way? Or is it?
I do not quote me on that. I cannot tell you because it was like we were in Infinity Ward on their dev office computers playing this. So like they had a dev screen open. I don't know how big the game is. I was just joking. I have no idea.
It's close to that. If you install all of it, it's over 100 gigs easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least in the past. I don't know what the current iteration is.
No, they said they wanted to optimize it. Who cares? What does that even mean? They're not. It's going to be 100 gigs easy. Like
it's they're huge.
I don't want to get into the finer points. I don't want to get into the finer points of this, but did anyone else like find it kind of like weird immediately that when they said the name of it, it's like DMZ stands for demilitarized zone, right? So, and you're doing a shitload of fighting in this zone. That's weird. Like, I just out of curiosity, do they explain that or?
You know what's funny is I thought the same way. Or the same thing too, and I was gonna ask, and they didn't really take questions as much as I wanted to, and then I forgot. I was like, "Why? What the hell is the name?"
Is the premise that this is a DMZ and you're going in to do illegal activities in the DMZ kind of thing, like it's behind enemy lines kind of feel? Yeah,
got it. Okay.
Yes, because this is the UI of like grabbing stuff. There's 5 slots. You're just trying to get the most expensive items in there to go to a shop to sell it. You can buy your loadout and stuff, or you can get like loadout drops, but you get contraband items that you take out with you that are weapons, and you can insure them. And when you insure them, and if you die, you bring them back out. Like it's spitting on Tarkov's image or whatever the fuck the saying is. You know what I mean? Like it's very similar. It's just like lacks the depth and the reasoning behind it.
Okay. I like the way Alchemaz in itmeJP's chat said it. It should stand for the money zone.
The money zone.
The money zone. The money zone is third person mode they put in just so you could see your skins and have like more value. They like it's the funniest thing to me because I hate third person, but they literally like, yeah, we just thought third person BR would be good because like it'll give you another way to see your skins, and I'm like, that's the first talking point. Like skins, cool, but like,
I mean, I hate third person. It is Activision mode that you're talking about, so.
$1 billion or whatever, $800 million in sales in 10 days, or $1 billion.
No, it was $1 billion in 10 days. They sold $1 billion on this, the fastest selling. If you thought COD was dead or dying, nope, it's the fastest it's ever sold.
Has anyone ever said that though? That COD is dead or dying?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like the most.
Why would they ever say that?
Hey, before Warzone, we were getting really close to everybody being like, "What the fuck are we doing? Is this Halo again?" Like we were getting so close to there being no reason to play this game. And that's and the multiplayer has been long since completely irrelevant in a lot of people's eyes. But it's shocking to me that this many people bought it. Warzone's free. We're not talking about just people playing Call of Duty. We're just talking about people spending money on Call of Duty is the most it's ever been.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. Billion in 10 days, which is remarkable for sure. So I'm curious because I think you've like touched on the elements of it, but when you said the different missions of like certain people have to go in and get a safe, and then in that same mode, other people are doing, the grab a Jeep or escort a Jeep or something across, like that sounds cool. Where does it fall apart? Like, does it just fall apart because it's COD on top of all of that, or
it falls apart in that. Well, I think 2 things can be true. One, I can be in an environment that is not indicative of the type of environment that we're going to be in if you jump in and play this when it comes out whenever it comes out.
What do you mean
on the
by
16th,
that? Like randoms? You don't want to play with randoms?
Yeah, everybody in here is like the best player in the world. Like they flew in people like from Brazil and like Germany. Like I'm playing against the sweatiest humans. So nobody is and we're all trying to just get content for the stream, and we're trying to so everybody's playing cautious. Everybody's trying to make sure that they're not being dumb. Like you're not, like you're being you're not going to be playing against people like this. And because of that, it's hard for me to sit here and be like, yo, gameplay falls apart because we didn't get engaged in when we did something, or we got literally hunted down by Huskers and the top 100 players. Like that wasn't fun for me. We tried to escape with high value loot, but like you're getting hunted by the best players in the world. We're not going to make it out. So I think it falls apart in that it lacks a reason for you to do anything because the ultimate end goal is so shallow. Get weapons in Call of Duty that you get to use all the time in Warzone and multiplayer.
Okay.
And I think for Tarkov, we're going to the extract here. For Tarkov, like I need to get money so I can use this weapon one time. Like sometimes you spend an entire week to like, one run, and I get to shoot my gun once, and I'm like, I can't believe I didn't even get to shoot the gun, right? And I've not gotten to use that. Or it's so, but Call of Duty they don't have that problem. So again, what's the end goal? Why are we doing this? If you can't answer that, because Warzone is I want to be the best. I want to win and win and win and win and kill more people. That's not the point of this. The point is to do things. But what is the point of doing things if there's no benefit? Unless you're grinding for camos or you're drunk or lazy and bad at Warzone, there's no point to play this right now.
both?
Yeah, maybe
I love how Tarkov makes Jericho and really anyone who would be talking about this kind of sound like the old timer with this kind of thing.
Yes,
back in Tarkov, when we got our gun, we were happy even if we didn't get to use it. We would get shot in the head and drop it. We loved it.
I don't even like that. I'm just saying that like that's part of the reason why Tarkov works. But I was hoping sincerely that if we looked at Tarkov as Dota, or if we looked at Tarkov as Counter-Strike, that DMZ would be League or Valorant. It would just take it, rub the corners off it, make it squeaky clean and accessible for free. Boom. But they didn't. They just kind of like cut it in half and then cut it in half. And then they're like, we weren't trying to compete. This is the quarter that we're giving you. And you're like, okay. So, oh, no, we were being silly.
Like it.
You're just riding on
we
the
were
side
being
of
silly.
planks.
You don't have to ride on the side. This is another thing. You can extract with as many people as possible that can fit on here. And there's proximity chat.
Oh, nice.
I was just like, I want to see what it's like if you hang on here. They're like, yeah, if you want to sneak up and hang on the side, you can get out without fighting. I'm like, nobody's going to do that, dude. Like, nobody's going to just, I'm not going to work together with the 8-year-old who's racist screaming at me in Call of Duty. Like, I just want to get out of the game. So, yeah.
I like that you're hanging onto the side of that plane with no handhold like Spider-Man.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Just like lick your palms like, that's good enough. I got it. We're good.
I didn't even notice that. You're totally right. That looks absolutely ridiculous. But it works, I guess. So, okay. Because now I was kind of like into it when he introduced the different missions.
You should play it.
Yeah,
you
but
should
if the idea is that the incentivization that they have for people that play Call of Duty to play this is to get fucking race card stripes on a gun or whatever, right? Then I don't care, because I don't care about COD in that way.
Exactly. There's no I guess you can point to any game and say what's the point, whether it's Halo or Call of Duty, right? And you can say what's the point to rank up, etc. But when you talk extensively about a gameplay loop that you're trying to create that is both inside and outside, you cannot have a gameplay loop where I care about the stuff that is inside the game if you don't give me a reason to care about keeping it out of the game. And my little stash with a bunch of the guns that I get to use every day at any point, and, like...
Well, I guess that's a question. Can you just bring any gun in here, and does it cost you money? How does that work?
Yeah, we also don't know the value of $1,000 in the game because we only played 3 games. So, if you went to a store and bought the most expensive gun that has full, whatever you made, it's like $33,000 in game. Yeah. Most of the high value loot that you can pick up, like the legendary loot, is like $5,000, and the stuff around here you'll see is like $150, $250, $150. So, each session, if you run to the store and you sell a bunch of stuff, you could probably get like 15 grand, which I'm like 15 grand to basically 2 games and I'm fully kitted.
Yeah.
To the teeth. Okay. I don't know.
Do you think that was maybe a bad demo in the sense that you just had as much money as you wanted to did you have as much money to
We
get
didn't have as much money. No, no, we didn't.
Okay.
I'm saying that seemed like you have to work on an economy. People who've played FIFA know that the economy in FIFA coin and cards is almost as important as literally playing the game. right? Like in Tarkov, understanding the trader economy is that important. There is no economy in Call of Duty. Infinite money, infinite thing. There's not, like, it doesn't matter. It's just like there's no scarcity value or any like value placed on it. And so like I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, you play because it's fun. Great. If I struggle to understand if you don't have people engaging in the gameplay loop system that makes things fun, then yeah, what fun are you looking for? Because then you're just playing you're playing Far Cry quickly. Like, go cap this point, now leave. Like, it's like, I don't know.
Right. This comes out this week. When is this
This comes out this week.
Okay.
I do want to say one thing because I didn't mention it actually in my video either. They have a new a new system for linking you up with randoms that I think is interesting.
What's that?
You're playing Battle Royale and you have 2 people and you want to fill. You want a 3rd group member. You can set, I want somebody playing casually, somebody playing competitively, somebody English, somebody with voice chat, somebody without voice chat, and you can queue and it will queue with people, match you with those. So I think that's a cool little, like, it's so simple, but like so nice to have a little bit of choice that you can add to that. So if you're Spanish speaking and you want to only do like Spanish, you flip that switch and you're good to go.
That's cool.
Can you ask trivia questions to like determine age of people and those things? Like, if you put what is that? What is the save symbol in most like document programs? What does that represent? And if you can tell me what that is, you can be on my team because you're old enough to know.
Because you want to use that to keep people out, but then then we have somebody using that. And it's like, finally they don't know what a floppy disk is. I'm in. Like, ooh.
It's true. Good point. Huh? Is that going to be? Is the what are they calling that? The like,
I don't know,
matchmaking filter or something?
Yeah, it's like teammate filter, and it's like an option right next to your party and start game. And
so what happens if you don't fit like any of like does
what do you mean?
Does it make you choose what you are so that you get put? Like, I wonder how that works.
Oh no. Don't know because I didn't use it because the system that we used was bare bones. So
yeah. I guess that only works too when you have like as many people as you have playing COD, right? Because if you have a smaller player base, then you can't segment that community that much. But how many people does this have? Millions upon millions upon millions. So it works in that regard. Cool. Are you going to be playing this at launch at least, just for the like wow factor on stream? Or are you skipping it completely?
No, I'll play Warzone. Like literally, is
that where everyone's going to go? You think the new Warzone?
Yes. You gotta. Who's the type of person that wants to watch Call of Duty for 8 hours a day? They certainly don't want to watch me beam
absolute
bots. They want to
heathens.
See me.
That's who.
Yeah, JERICHO. Just scuff jumping and whatever, and it's like, But like who, what the funny thing is, I will end up playing this game at least once, or this game mode once or twice, because I'm such a simp for like Call of Duty. Like I can't like criticize it and then not play it. It's just I will play it.
Well, that's the gamer way. You criticize things you love the most. Do things carry over into this at all? In terms,
everything is linked. Multiplayer, Warzone, DMZ. Anything that you can play in multiplayer or anything you can do to level up your gun carries over. So your ability to put attachments on your gun in DMZ and then get that from our loadout is directly tied to if you're using it in DMZ or in Warzone or in whatever. So that's one cool progression thing. It's not like unlock the AK for the 5th time. It's like you did it at any point. Cool. That's cool.
Do you think people will use this to become like the rank up, the gun rank up mode? Or is it not? Are you not getting that many kills?
No, you're gonna play Invasion and play the bots and get 90 kills a game, like because you're playing Battlefield.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. What day does this launch? Just so people are, if people are wanting to jump into it,
Wednesday, 16th? I think. Warzone and this, I believe, launch at the same time on Wednesday.
Okay, got it. So that'll be what takes over Twitch then. For that day. It's most likely Warzone.
Yeah.
All the FPS folk will be streaming that. So cool. That's Call of Duty DMZ mode. Let's do a little bit of news. We'll save God of War. It's going to be a weird discussion in the sense of how we talk about it, but we'll save that for the second half. Diving into the news here. We talked about already, Modern Warfare 2 sold 1 billion in 10 days. It's the fastest in franchise history. Tucker kind of said, you said it's the best campaign, right? How's the multiplayer? Is the multiplayer, where would you rank that, I guess, in the grand scheme of things?
I liked 2019, and I thought it was the groundwork to make this game. It is the best Call of Duty since probably the ones that everybody thinks about as their favorites, like that era of the Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2.
Nice.
But it is the best current modern Call of Duty by a long shot.
Okay, cool. I need to play the single player. I've heard nothing but good things. Apart from the driving, I've heard the driving section with the mines on the road is awful.
Stupid.
I've heard that's really bad.
It loops. I did it. I literally was playing on I just Call of Duty is so silly because the road loops in a chase scene. So I'm like, wait, we've passed this place, and then I was like, wait a minute, this completely takes me out because you're just avoiding mines. It's a short road. The campaign's short, but yeah, you should play it.
Yeah, I need to. Cohh, in the world of inXile, they are currently hiring for a new project based on, quote, a very ambitious new license, and which it aims, quote, to renew the RPG genre. Any idea what this is? What have you talked about this? What is inXile doing?
No idea. Well, we've known that inXile has been working on something big for a while. Like they've been very quiet. They basically released Wasteland 3, which was huge and critically acclaimed and did really well. And then, the Microsoft purchase was shortly before that. So we know that they have been cooking something up big for a while, and we still don't know any details. So before this announcement, we knew something big was coming. And I mean, it's just more of that, essentially. They're kind of like a little hype machine right now, since there's a lot of really big things coming from them, but nobody has any idea what.
I saw there was I can't
what
find
was the
go ahead, Zeke.
The term they used, JP? Ambitious or
now I've closed out of it. Ambitious new license that aims to renew the RPG genre.
That's the word
what
renew
that conjures up.
Is really interesting to use. Like, what do they mean renew the RPG genre? Like that, that was one word that really stuck out.
I don't know. I mean, it's exciting. It's provocative.
No, it sounds cool. It's a very provocative word for sure. Absolutely, 100%.
I am failing to find the story, but I remember reading it. Apparently, they did like the in-house presentation where all the different teams show the bigwigs at Xbox and Microsoft what they're working on. And a lot of people said that inXile was the showstopper. And like whatever they showed internally, everyone is like, holy shit, this is like, let's talk about that more. Let's see that more.
Exciting.
And that's also exciting because I don't know what they could be doing. Right? Like they've done so much already in the RPG world that to move it forward, I don't know.
Yeah, a couple of people from your chat, JP, said Arcanum, and that would be pretty. Like I didn't know. Like obviously, I missed that whole genre of computer games, not having one, and that's why like CD-ROM is so much fun. But
for the record, Arcanum
when I played Arcanum for the little amount of time that I did, like everybody was like, "Oh my god, this game! Oh fuck!" They like, got all hot and bothered about just watching it. Like, "Oh my god, I played this with my uncle. I played this when I was a kid." That kind of shit. There's a lot of love for Arcanum, so I could definitely see that being a contender.
Well, the wording too, IP and license are two different things, right? Because IP would mean that they are doing either something new or something that they've created, I would think. License means that it's someone else's IP. Potentially, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So
which is interesting because
I don't know what that is.
Any Microsoft company licensing an IP, it's like there's so much under that umbrella. They obviously have to license it from another company under Microsoft. So where are they licensing it from? Also leads to the question, like, why? Because I mean, Microsoft has like 1 billion IPs right now. What would they be licensing outside of itself? It's wild.
I don't know. It's exciting. I also wonder, I mean, this was from a hiring post, so it's not necessarily marketing. It's turned into marketing for the company. But I wonder if this is something that we see any inkling of at the Game Awards this year. We're only about 30 days, 25 days from that.
That'd be interesting.
Be awesome. Yeah, I just don't know. But
what is that? December 8th? Right?
Yes, Thursday, December 8th, I think is the date on that. Yeah. Tucker, are you going? Did you go last year?
No, I'm gonna stream it and make money like everybody else.
All right,
the Game Awards
we'll do the co-stream thing. You're welcome to join us.
Yeah. I would love to do. I would love to jump in with you guys if you will have me. But I've been a couple times. Gamer Awards got like it's not for you. It's for the people at home. So like you just sit there in silence for like 90% of it, and you're just like, why did I? Yeah. No offense, Jeff. The parties are great, and I appreciate you doing it. But
you still going to the parties? Are you gonna end the stream? Okay, you're gonna go. To the
not to dox myself. I walk to the parties from my place. It's incredible. It's great. You're just like, just get to go over there and
fancy works out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see something from inXile then for that. Vermintide 2 has announced that they have crossed over 10 million new players. The reason I bring this up is because Darktide's coming out. I didn't play the beta. Did you guys play the beta? How was that? Was it good? Did you like it?
It's cool.
Is it?
It feels great. Oh yeah, feels good. I'm incredibly excited. You can play in 4 days.
I know it comes. It's like, what are they calling that? Early access, early beta,
early give us money access. I don't know. But it's really good. It feels good. It looks good. It plays well. Like the beta was. It worked pretty dang well the whole time. I am very excited for the Darktide release. It's looking good.
This is really not Call of Duty DMZ mode. This is Darktide. What? Who are you playing here? Are you playing the big guy?
I tried 3 different people, so I'm not quite sure which one I'm playing here. There's like
your name is Psycho. Did someone already have that or something?
That's
good name.
Psycho. Yeah, it worked out well. Yeah. I think this was the Zealot. If I'm not mistaken, could have been. Psyker. This is the Psyker. So this is the one that kind of has like it's not really a mage, but it has like some magey abilities. There's a sharpshooter. There's this guy. There's a Zealot, and then there's like a big hulking brute type character. And then inside of those, there's some variants as well that you can do. The beta was very limited in terms of like you can only use 1 skill from each one, but apparently each class is going to have like a sub kind of class dealy with its own more specialized features and everything like that. A lot of melee. The melee felt really good. The levels were super cool, and you can see it's a very pretty game. Like you're like the level design and stuff mixed with how good it all looked was very immersive. It was very fun. So yeah, overall it was great, dude. Oh, it's chaos. It's all about fighting chaos. So there's lots of like weird, goopy, biological yuckiness, which is always fun. There's a big eyeball. Place that up.
Let me ask you this: if I don't know how I feel about Vermintide. It's not that if I wasn't that into the gameplay of Vermintide, will this change my feeling? Like, is this
most likely not?
Okay,
it is still a Left 4 Dead style mission-based game where you go into the game with your 4 people, usually work from A to B to C. Along the way, you have like, horde style events, you have get all the switch events, carry this to their events, all sorts of stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it is generally you versus hordes and hordes of enemies, special enemies every so often, and then maybe a boss.
Is it all melee or do you
have
guns?
No, it's melee and guns. Okay. Absolutely.
Maybe the guns might be the trick.
There's a sharpshooter class, but I've heard even they will fall back on their melee every so often, just less of it.
Got it. Okay. Tucker, you have
maybe there's specializations where that don't use melee.
Maybe so.
What, I got plans for this?
You have plans for this? Yeah. Is this on your radar at all?
No.
I mean, it comes out one day after your Call of Duty stuff, so I would think not.
I mean, so Warhammer is such an interesting thing because I get the fandom behind it, especially like the physical collections and stuff. But like when you said Left 4 Dead, I'm like, I was trying to piece together like, what does this remind me of? It's like Left 4 Dead. It's like Left 4 Dead, but not kind of lacks the reasons why I like Left 4 Dead. So I don't know. It looks cool. It looks very pretty.
Yeah.
I just have a problem with like wave-based missions, as we just discussed.
Sure. Yeah. I get that. Zeke, you got to jump in. Does it have enough melee for you to feel? I think in the past you said you don't feel useful unless you have the right type of class that you can play.
Yes, very true. And melee is definitely my kind of class. It honestly just depends on like who else I'd be playing with.
Right.
Like just like if I'm invited, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But I don't feel strongly enough about this to put in the legwork to get a group going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
I would like I would like to be asked. but I don't want to, organize anything personally.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, here's a little bit of the character. God, that guy's huge. Is that an ogre or a troll or some?
They're all like ex-prisoners, so
Okay.
they're I'm not sure if it's like a troll or ogre race kind of thing, but they're just giant modified things. Yeah.
Got it.
Ogrins is what they're called. Ogrins.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah. I don't want to upset the fandom. Well,
Watch yourself.
yeah. I'll probably at least look at it. It seems like it's pretty enough, like graphically, that I at least want to see it running on like a machine in front of me, just for that.
It's on Game Pass.
Is it? I don't know.
I'm asking.
Oh,
I want to say it might be, but Chad will confirm it.
yeah. We'll wait
Yeah,
for the
it is.
update.
Yeah.
It will be. I don't know if it'll be the 17th this week though. You might have to wait. Till
Mark,
full
Mark,
release.
then all criticism is invalid, dude. If it's free, it's free. I have such a hard time like that. This game and a lot of games that I play, I'm like, well, it's free, so I guess my criticisms are kind of like, cool, like thanks, I guess, for making it.
Yeah, because Game Pass is a hell of a thing.
Yeah,
Hell of a drug.
Yeah, for sure. We mentioned the Game Awards. The nominees will be revealed tomorrow morning at noon Eastern. Jeff Keighley tweeted out. I put out a promo video about all of that. It's going to be an interesting year. We'll talk God of War in the second half of the show, but I'm sure that'll be in the conversation. I think I've already seen it in my chat. I don't know if you guys have, but
Maybe,
God of War, Elden Ring.
Honorable mention of Elden Ring.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty big. And then, Horizon, I think, is a factor in all of that as well for some people. So it'll be an interesting conversation, to say the
Grounded.
least. Sure.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
For some people,
so.
for some
played
people,
I have. It's fun.
I think that'll be a conversation.
Yeah, this was a great year for gaming because we delayed all the good games from last 2 years, and we were like, hey.
And some even got pushed to next year as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I can't even say this with a straight face. Sonic Frontiers came out this week. We'll talk about that now or maybe after I have some things to say about that. Cohh, I know you did a sponsored stream for it. Zeke and JERICHO, did you guys check it out?
No.
Okay. It's an interesting thing. But the reason I bring it up is the director, Morio Kishimoto, put out a statement saying that he is hoping that it puts the Sonic team at the top of the gaming industry.
Can't you run over cops as Sonic in the game?
I didn't get that far. Maybe.
Okay. That's what somebody made a joke about running over cops as Sonic. and I was like, damn, they're really going all out. I've seen no gameplay, but I was like, all right, damn, Sonic's going crazy.
I don't know.
I don't remember that.
I didn't get that far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you, Cohh, did you play more than an hour? I don't know how long your sponsored
Couple hours.
was. Okay.
A couple hours.
Yeah.
Well, it must be endgame.
Let's talk about it. What'd you think, Cohh? How'd you like Sonic Frontiers?
Things I liked. The running
never
around.
Good
gameplay,
when you start off with things I did like.
Things I did like. The gameplay was pretty fun. I mean, I like the running around. It was very basic, but I kind of like how it went from like the open zone kind of thing, and then you kind of unlock the classic levels. Then you kind of had like a classic level experience, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Outside of that, the story was very thin. There really wasn't a lot going on at all in like the story and stuff, and the voice acting was a little off-putting. The world was very strange.
Yeah,
like just having like just the stuff everywhere that's so clearly crafted for Sonic. It's just kind of a little weird, and I like the little puzzle things. There were like a huge amount of variety with those, which was kind of cool. But it seemed like the whole game was basically just doing the little puzzle things, and then like the combat was very just smash X a bunch of times or hold a button to win. I don't know. It didn't really grab me. It didn't really grab me when I played. Like I kind of was hoping that I'd like it a little bit more and put some time into it, but it didn't really grab me. It was okay.
I'll replace
played pretty well, but it was okay.
I'll replace a lot of the kinder words that Cohh used there with this is the best 3 out of 5 game I've played.
Best 3 out of 5 game.
What does that even mean? Can you
It means
quantify
that there's so many things in this game that are just fucking weird.
Why does it look like this?
Right? Yeah, that's a good
Wait, what
question.
platform
it's
is this
trying
on?
to be. It's trying to be Mario.
on Switch?
I think it's on Switch. I think it is Switch port.
Odyssey, Mario Odyssey, right? They're trying to put a cartoon character in like a realistic environment.
Kind of.
They did that in Odyssey, right?
It's more Breath of the Wildy in terms of how
okay,
their open world is handled, but there's no like weapons, so it's not like the open. It's an open world Sonic game that has classic Sonic structure within that. I guess if you want like the classic Sonic levels, you can. There are those, but we'll get to the open world.
Is that logo, or is that because you're sponsored?
Yes.
Okay, because I was like,
no,
I love how my cutscene
game.
has a logo splash.
No, it's not. That's not in the game.
Okay.
It's just they have this. Let me get to the gameplay here.
By the way, I just want to get back to just real quick that I think they should, if they still make hard copies of this, I think on the box it should say, quote, "I like the running around," end quote, Go Carnage. Because that shit
Look,
fucking
he's not
killed
wrong.
me. Brought a tear to my eyes. Like, I like the running around. It's like,
dude, the
No, I mean,
sense of speed is
that's
great
the
in
whole
this game.
thing.
I thought
It's
the sense
Sonic,
of speed
dude.
is fantastic.
Yeah, I that was like the fun part for me in a lot of ways. Was just like running around and chilling.
Yeah.
You know, just like exploring the world and doing that whole thing.
Wait.
Yeah.
Was this the Sonic game that everybody saw the open world like renders and
Yes.
we're like, wow, this looks empty, and they're like, no, it's beta, and now it looks like this anyways?
Yes,
Yep.
it's that game.
Ooh.
It's that game.
All right, cool.
It's just a weird game. Like there's the story, like Cohh said, it's. Did you meet Big the cat, Cohh? Did you find?
I think so.
He's the fishing guy. So if you fished, you met Big the cat. There's fishing in this game.
Yes. Oh, yes. I did meet him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't.
Yep.
I hope that voice actor didn't get paid. Like, it is like if I did the voice acting and it's just like, hey guys, it's time to fish. And I'm not making that up or embellishing it. He did a better version of what I just did. Like it's like they told the voice actors to add a little Barney into their work. And that's where they went with it. Because it all sounds like that. It doesn't change at all. It's an interesting thing. But that's also the best part of it because it is so bad that you're like, maybe this is nice.
Full disclosure. Gotta remember there's a director behind all of that like, you know,
yeah, you're probably right.
Character. There's a very good chance that
yeah, he was just like,
asked the guy to
you're
read
killing it. You're doing great. Give me more Barney. We need more Barney right now.
Can you give me a little Eeyore in there too? Thanks. Good.
Yes.
You sound a little too awake on that take. Can you take some NyQuil, like extra strength NyQuil?
Yeah.
Do it again. Give me that.
Yeah, and he also says like, Sonic, you can use my rod if you want to, because you have to fish. You're just like, Big, you're so fucking stupid. This is the stupidest thing. So the fishing's all right. It's pretty basic, but the voice acting's great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it also doesn't change from that, from the characters that I was experiencing.
looking at this, it just doesn't look like the interactable items matches the environment. And someone in chat said,
very weird.
I think perfectly, it looks like a Sonic asset flip. It looks like you took a different game and put all the Sonic elements in it. Like,
yes,
you know, you took like an island from Elden Ring and put Sonic there.
That puzzle is literally circle around this thing and then it'll turn. That's all it is.
I know.
I'm not here obviously. I'm trying to show what Zeke was just talking about, because when you enter into new areas, there's just random structures in the sky that are there to like grind the rail and collect coins. And it's exactly what it's saying. It's very strange and off-putting that it exists. But then you have like the classic levels like this.
They put Sonic in Death Stranding and renamed him Fastman.
Yeah. Also, I'm sure this wasn't
Speedman
intended, but there's something that I couldn't let go, and Zeke, I think you'll appreciate this. You collect things called Cohh the entire time, and you're playing a guy that's really fast, and he constantly talks about, I got to find the Cohh and go collect the Cohh. And that was just fun to experience the entire time. Is there's just little people kind of run around and collect the Cohh, then you go fast after that. Thought that was funny. I enjoyed that aspect of it. It's great.
Was he constantly asking where the after party was?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't get that far.
What are you guys doing after this? Are we keeping this going? We're gonna keep this going, right? Because I'm ready. Let's keep this going, dude. Let's party doesn't have
the
to
final
end.
level is just you in somebody's random kitchen, and it's like the sun's coming up. That's just like, wow, this is the dark version of Sonic.
Yeah. The other thing,
and you're like doing really bad magic tricks. Like, no, wait, I'll get it. Hold on, watch this. That might have been a little too specific to be a lie, but you know what I mean.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cohh, did you get to the first boss, like the proper boss? Did you finish the first island? You wouldn't. I think you would know. Okay. The first boss, after you collect the structure of the game is there's 5 islands. Each island you collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds. When you collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you then can turn into Supersonic, which is literally you go Super Saiyan. You can fly and whatnot. So the first boss that you fight, and I don't know if this is for every boss. I don't know if it's like they have unique song. It has like, I think it's a famous metal band or a famous singer, but it's got like very hardcore metal with incredible vocals playing as you fight this boss. And it's like the biggest, I kind of want to pull up footage of it just so you can experience, but it might be DMCA. It's like the biggest clash of what's happening on screen and what you're hearing, because you're like a Super Saiyan Sonic fighting a giant Shadow the Colossus-like creature with kind of interesting combat, except you can't really die. It's time limit based. You don't actually take damage. You just fail because it's time based. And then there's like EDM metal music just at the 11th volume.
EDM metal. Is it good music? Is it like
it's all right. It's not bad. It's just like, why is this happening? Like, what is this? Why does this exist? Is the question I kept asking. I'll try to find in my VOD. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'll continue talking about it, but the whole game, like, that's a great way to just sum up that game. Is strange. Yeah, I'm kind of glad. I want to go back and watch Cohh's sponsored stream of it just to see like how many what the fuck moments he had on his face, followed by check out Sonic Frontiers available now on Xbox Series X, etc.
I mean, I talked a few times about how the world felt very contrived. That it was weird seeing just all the like random, grind rails everywhere and stuff like that. And talked a few times about the story being a little bit weird, but I mean, I was just running around getting coins, man, or rings, whatever. Like it was pretty. I don't want to say it was boring because the gameplay was pretty fun, but it felt very kind of like standard. It's kind of weird. I did do like all the fishing I could. The fishing was, I pulled up some weird stuff from that lake, man. The first thing, okay, so there's this little lake, and the first thing I pick up, it's like, congrats, you've caught a marlin, and he holds up this like 9-foot long fish that's in salt water. So I don't like. It was very strange.
Did you get a treasure chest as well?
I got a few of those, all sorts of stuff. So. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt very. I mean, here's the thing: some people are saying the Sonic game's amazing. Some people are loving it.
I had a great time playing it. I was also shitting on it at the same time.
Yeah,
on Steam, I looked it up. Like people said it, and I looked it up, and it has 5,400 reviews, 95% positive.
Yeah, like that's why I said it's the best 3 out of 5 game, because the entire time I'm like, why does but I kept playing for like 5 or 6 hours, and had
you played it for like 6 hours?
Yeah, I played it for 6 hours, not sponsored. Like I couldn't stop playing because I wanted to see more absurdity unfold in front of me. Is this the... Oh, that's the second area. Here's the boss fight. Let's see if I can... oh, yeah, this is how you... when you get 400 coins, you get a speed boost. And you can hold down Y and draw circles, and it'll just constantly spawn rings until you get 400 coins.
I don't get this part at all. I thought it was bugged. Like, I don't even...
I think it's because it doesn't...
Did you know about the Ouroboros thing, by the way?
What's that?
Okay, so if you hold down that Y button and you draw an infinity symbol,
yeah,
then it maxes out your energy permanently for like a set amount of time. So you can't lose energy for a set amount of time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Got a little secret, little Sonic secret there for you. Yeah, enjoy that one.
I know that if you draw a penis, it also gives you rings and celebrates the game. Like it celebrates the fact that you did that. Like the developers knew that you were going to do that.
Now,
gives you a little bit extra.
Do you have to draw the hair on the balls?
No, and there's two.
I did.
Zeke, you could do
I'm asking the important questions.
You could do this like it's a side profile or a top-down view, and both work. It's multifaceted in what you can draw.
Nice.
I don't know how I'm going to pipe this to you guys easily in terms of...
Are you going to show us you drawing a penis?
No, that would be funny, but I'm trying to think how I can allow you guys to hear the music. I don't know if I can do that easily off the top of my head, so I don't think I'm going to. But I'll just link it in the chat.
Just play it and then just lip sync, or just sing it.
I can't belt out the voice of this song. She's very talented in what she does. But yeah, apart from that, the actual music in the game, when you do the levels, like the non-open world levels, it's very good. They're, what you come to expect from Sonic games, which Sonic fans generally expect a good, like, EDM-ish style songs from that. And they're also evocative of like Green Hill Zone in terms of the older levels and all that.
Is it DMCA like, okay?
I don't know. I don't think.
Okay.
Cohh, you posted these VODs on YouTube. Did you get claimed at all? Did you see if you did?
I don't. I'd have to look into it.
Okay.
I'd have to look into it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Supersonic.
That one guy in the chat is saying it's okay, or it's safe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
thanks, one guy.
All right, one guy.
Yeah.
Got it.
Appreciate you.
So yeah, this I saw this morning that this game's available for $40 already at Walmart, and that seems like the perfect price for this game. Maybe a little bit lower too, if you're wanting to dive into the Sonics, because Zeke was correct in saying on Steam this is incredibly favored. Like people are losing their shit over this. I think review wise it was like pretty mid, like 60-70% scores, 6 or 7 scores. But yeah, there's a lot of shit, a lot of fun shit like this. This moment's great.
You could add another sentence to Cohh's review.
What's that?
I like the running around. Giganto is big.
Yes. Cool. That's Sonic Frontiers. A very weird game. Watch some footage of it if you're still on the fence about it. What else is there news-wise here before we wrap up? Oh, Remedy announced that they are in agreement with 505 Games to co-develop and co-publish Control 2, a sequel to Control.
That'll be awesome.
God, very excited for that. Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. First one was fantastic. I thought it was already assumed that they were making that, but now that it's like official, that's even better.
They're doing Alan Wake 2 as well. So right?
Is that 505 that's doing that, or is that Remedy? Or sorry, Remedy's making that, but 505's publishing it, right?
Maybe.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Chat's
developed by Remedy, published by Epic.
Oh, okay. Well, someone's making it, and it's getting developed.
Someone's doing something with it. There we go.
Yeah. Then the last bit of news.
I love that universe, man.
It is.
I took a long time for me to dive into it because I didn't play Alan Wake when it first came out. But Control, like I fucking love Control. I think that was our game of the year cohesively.
I think so.
That year. And like it's a fantastic game, and it opened the door to the SCP shit for me. Like I was completely unaware of this whole like subculture, and one like Control is not directly related, but it is like an offshoot of that. The secure, contain, protect, like, you know, world, and diving into that and seeing some of the games that were made based on that kind of that universe and that shit, it's awesome, and I can't wait for more shit. Control 2 sounds like I'm on Alan Wake 2, I'm on Control 2 like immediately when they come out. Fantastic game.
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Mick Gordon put out a full statement about a bunch of shit. And when we say full statement, let me just scroll down here to the table of contents. Exists. You can see the scroll bar. These aren't from comments on the article. That's the full statement. There's a lot going on here. He definitely had a lawyer help him in this whole thing, without question, because of some of the things that he's stating in here are
Lord.
Pretty big deal. Yeah.
Yep.
A quick summary
like
of the facts.
The table of discontent.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you
All
go.
right. I'll get my coat.
So I'll kind of, there's a lot going on. I'll skim through this and pull out some of the bigger points. He says, I haven't been paid for over half of Doom Eternal's music. The game includes more than double the music I was contracted to produce. Rejects, mockups, demos, many of which were never meant for public release. I created this music as part of the development process and shared it with id Software in good faith, but id Software used the music in the game, marketing, and soundtrack, and still refuses to pay me for it. He goes on to say the Doom Eternal OST was a mess. It was announced with my name attached and made available for pre-order before I was contracted to produce it. Despite my alarm and constant appeals, Marty, who is I forget his title, higher up at id. Before Marty refused to do anything about the situation, leading to a 9-month delay before I could start work. After 7 months of inaction, I reported my concerns to Bethesda. Bethesda and I negotiated the Doom Eternal OST directly without Marty's involvement. I received the contract on March 18th, 2020, 48 hours before Doom Eternal was released. The delay was announced a week earlier before I was under contract. The deadline was April 16th, 29 days later, after the contract stipulated id Software had completed creative control and would acquire access to all my source material. Marty withheld crucial details from me until 13 days before my deadline, such as potential legal trouble they faced for taking pre-orders before it was under contract, details about their internally produced OST, which was an alternative edited from my in-game score, which they'd worked on for at least 6 months without my knowledge or involvement. I didn't approve the release. There is the OST release itself. He goes on to say it's their poor quality release, which immediately drew criticism. Constantly talks about how Marty personally asked for assistance in addressing the situation, and that he made himself entirely available to Marty and committed to satisfying disappointed customers with a better OST. Marty made it clear that he wanted me involved, saying he wanted a positive outcome had no ill intentions and wanted to resolve the issue professionally. He offered to draft a joint statement addressing the situation, announcing plans to move forward. He requested I hold off on making further public comments until we could address the public together. Marty told me to expect the draft within hours, but it never arrived. Instead, days later, he published a 2,500 plus word open letter on a fan-run Reddit that singled me out as the sole cause behind the botched OST.
And that was the big message that everyone saw. That was,
that was what I heard.
That everyone saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
The post attracted thousands of comments and news articles and severely damaged my personal and professional reputation. Worst of all, he did it behind my back whilst leading me on with a bullshit story about working together on a professional solution to the problem. His statement was full of lies, disinformation, and innuendo, and when challenged, his company offered me a 6-figure sum to shut up about it. When I tried time and time again amid a torrent of abuse, harassment and threats to resolve the matter more amicably, he constantly refused, worried how addressing the Reddit post would damage his own reputation instead. As far as I'm concerned, truth and honesty are more important. Marty's words damage my character and attack my reputation. I have afforded him ample opportunity to address this issue, but but his refusal to do so has left me with no option other than to issue this statement. And that's that's 5 paragraphs of, I don't know how many words this was. There's a giant table of it goes forever. It's very documented. There was 1,000% legal hands involved in all of this. It seems like a very bad deal and a mess, to say the least.
Which is really, really unfortunate because Mick has always made great music. He's always seemed like a good guy. He was very strangely quiet when that initial letter came out, and then it took like literal years for him to compile all this, get it together, bring receipts and all that stuff.
Yeah, and
then he's even after this he's received negative feedback. In some ways, when it's obviously, like terrible situation that happened to a pretty good dude. So
yeah,
really sucks.
Chat was pointing out at the top of this, it says it'll take you about an hour to read his full statement, according to the Medium post, where it tells you how long it'll take to read a statement. Or
sucks because I mean I understand too from we've gotten the opportunity to work with some games and do in-game music syncs and working with creative teams and working if you've worked in any sort of business, you understand that if there's too much space between individual people involved, then it's not fun. You have to piece together stuff and figure out what you're supposed to do, and everybody hears something slightly different. So it sucks to hear that he had the head guy literally back and forth direct comms. You can't just say oh no, it was bad communication through the teams. It was deliberate and deliberate decisions being made on behalf of id.
Yeah,
via whatever Mike or whatever the dude's name is.
Yeah, Marty Stratton. I just
Marty.
He's an executive producer at id Software. He's also the studio director. So.
Yeah, that's no excuse. It's literally saying I talked to Martin Scorsese and the movie turned out weird. Why? It's no. So
yeah. And there's been, as far as I'm aware, it's been complete silence from id, which, given the the claims, makes a lot of sense. They're probably, and we're probably never going to see a response publicly, I would think.
No,
because those are some very big legal ramifications, statements out of Mick Gordon. So an interesting thing though, to see all that come out now, what 2 years after that game was shipped. I think it's 2 years. Seems like it's been 2 years. It's been a while.
And it's been years. Yep, it's been years.
Yeah. I hope this at least helps Mick, kind of clear his name for anything that was thrown at it, and we can start to hear more and more of his stuff in future projects for sure. Because when given the chance, he kills it.
Mick has been fine, and I mean Mick is also fully scoring Atomic Heart, which is coming out soon. That's right. Going to be a absolutely huge release. He's done other music as well between now and then. So hopefully he's fine, and if anything, this letter should make him even more fine. But yeah, he's still chugging along.
Yeah. I think that's it for news. Anything you guys want to bring up? Any other thing I missed past week? Tucker, you got anything?
If you're not paying attention to the Counter-Strike Major, finals are today, but you should go back and watch. You should go watch the highlights, or at least go watch some clips from it. It's in Brazil.
Yeah.
And Furia, one of the best teams, one of the best Brazilian teams, made a pretty deep run. And I mean, it was nuts. It felt like I was watching a soccer game. It was incredible. Despite with any huge empty stadium income, despite the fact that people are making, and rightfully so, the assumption that there's probably not going to be a lot of people supporting non-Brazilian teams once Furia got knocked out. It is just really impressive to see esports be cheered for like that. Not literally crowd chants, people shirtless, just real actual culture.
It felt also from the footage that I saw yesterday when Furia was fighting, when they're playing against Navi, it felt like a true away team.
Yeah.
Showing up at like the home court.
Nuts.
Like it was wild. Like fans,
Yeah.
the team walked out and like got booed the entire time they were walking to the stage. And it wasn't a low, quiet boo. It was like, fuck you, go home, go get out of here, boo. Like, we don't want you here. It was awesome. It was great. I want to
like people made comments that the crowd wasn't actually nice. I don't care. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the crowd was the most involved and electric that any esport has ever had that I have ever seen.
Yes.
And that in its own was the cool part. Everything else, individual behaviors aside, because I'm not gonna act like I know everything that went on in that large crowd of fanatic Brazilian fans, but like,
sure,
I don't know. It was just cool as a perspective.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying as well. Because when they won, when they wanted to get to the semifinals, that crowd went crazy. Like, soccer fan is a great comparison, I think. I will try to find the clip and maybe toss that around in the break because it's worth seeing that on Twitch when you can't even hear the people trying to talk over it because the crowd is that loud. Not something you see very often in esports, especially when like the joke of esport is the award ceremonies are just someone standing there and giving a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Being handed a trophy and then giving
it's just nice to see something. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to have some passion, some energy in there. Zeke, what were you going to ask or what were you going to say?
Like, isn't that like part of sports is part of competition? Like part of the fun is booing the away team, right? Like, did it get out of hand?
I don't know.
Malicious.
Simple said that he's a player. One of his teammates one of the players got spit on, right? And obviously there's obvious. Okay, hear me. This I might see. This might not be the take that other people agree with, but I am not excusing that behavior as good. I am simply going to point you towards literally any large event of two teams playing against each other. Any sport, anywhere. You will have bad faith actors. Like literally it's just, it doesn't matter what country, doesn't matter where, it's just going to happen. Yeah. So I'm not going to look at that and like say the whole crowd is fucking awful for that. Like that's just one
bad guy.
I'll take what Jericho said a step further. Anywhere there's a lot of humans in one place, there's going to be some shitty people. So I mean,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
You've got it. You've made a great resounding statement there.
So in that note, there you go.
Yeah. One person's actions doesn't reflect on the whole crowd, hopefully. But it was wild to see that. Are the finals today, Jericho?
They are happening right now, yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know.
And Furia got knocked out yesterday, right?
They did. They almost had a 15-5 comeback. Went into overtime and they lost, and then they kind of got rolled the last map, as far as I know. But like that made me stop playing God of War to go watch them make this comeback into OT because it was like I was like, oh, this is special. If they win, it's gonna be nuts.
Crowd's gonna be crazy.
But yeah.
How's the crowd today with no Brazilian?
I haven't watched. I woke up 4 minutes before getting on this show.
Good point. Yeah. Educated statement there. Yeah. I might tune in during the break just to see because
we've established that Jericho does not give a shit about obligations
at all. I do. That's why I'm here. All right. That's why I'm here.
Shut up. Other people would have said not making it and hit the snooze button.
Fair enough. Yeah. You're playing through the pain, and I do want to let you know I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Let's take a break. We'll come back and then talk about how we're going to talk about God of War, and then go from there. We'll talk about
it. Like parents, like gonna give like the birds and the bees talk as a team's like, okay, we're gonna talk about how we're gonna talk about this.
Well, I already had a
how
ton
do we start?
Yeah, I had a ton of people in my chat already say like, are you guys gonna go full on spoilers? Or are you gonna?
No, I haven't beat the game.
I don't think any of that.
I have played less than all of you, so we're not doing that.
Yeah,
let's not no story related stuff.
And even mechanics, it's hard because they're story related. So it's gonna be weird.
No new story mechanics that are Ragnarok specific.
So nothing past the first 3 minutes of the game. Yes. Let's take a break. And then, like I said, we'll come back and we're going to talk about how we're going to talk about God of War. Be right back.
Boy.
More drop frames right after this. We'll see you then.